Now, the city of Shanghai took steps earlier this year to improve its household registration system, known in China as the hukou. So how much help have the changes been to the city's estimated 6 million migrant workers? BON Zagreb has the details.
China's financial hub in the mainland, Shanghai, announced new measures to its hukou policy in June 2009. The Shanghai municipal government said it would improve the famously bureaucratic system to give more residents a chance at qualifying for permanent residency. The hukou system has been in place in China since 1958, dividing the population into urban and rural households. With better social security, welfare, and public services in the cities, permanent urban residency appeals to many. Shanghai's latest reform of its hukou system is the fourth adjustment since 1978. Both government officials and thousands of people will benefit from the new reforms. However, a maze of regulations and restrictions still stand in the way of many candidates hoping to get their hands on a coveted Shanghai hukou. Of the estimated 19 million people living in Shanghai, at least 6 million don't have Shanghai hukous. That means they are denied the same social rights and welfare benefits as local Shanghaiers. 45-year-old Wu Zhengyun from the city of Wuhan has lived in Shanghai for more than 6 years, working for an investment company. In 2004, he managed to get a Shanghai residency certificate. But his lack of a permanent residency permit meant he and his family are still considered outsiders. As a non-local, his son doesn't have access to official education. He has to pay more for his kids' schooling, and his son won't be allowed to take the important university entrance exams in Shanghai.
If my son has permanent residency, he can apply for the schools in Shanghai. Of course, if he doesn't have a Shanghai hukou, he'll have problems when he applies for higher education in Shanghai.
To qualify for permanent residency, applicants have to meet stringent requirements. Those include being registered in the city's social security system for at least 7 years, holding a vocational qualification, and having a clean credit history and no criminal record. The Shanghai government insists that the application process has been made easier, though they concede that just 3,000 non-locals have managed to meet all the requirements since the changes came into place. Officials say more people will qualify in the future.
The Shanghai residency certificate holders, even if they are farmers, are all qualified to apply for the permanent residency, as long as they meet all the requirements.
Hu Shoujun, a professor of social development at Fudan University, says there would be less demand for city hukous if the government did more to bridge the rural-urban divide.
If you give more social security to rural workers, like medical insurance, they will feel there's no big difference from urban residents, and they won't want permanent residency in the cities. The most important thing is to make sure public resources are balanced as much as possible.
Zagreb, BON.
Now, Fergus, this week, Chinese Premier Wen Jiabao did promise that the government would be pushing ahead with these reforms to the hukou system, not just in Shanghai, but all across the country.
Yeah, and a system that goes back thousands of years. This is not just something recent, really a pan-Asian system which links somebody to a particular area or residence for virtually their whole life, unless they manage to change it. It's not an easy thing to do. These are some of the steps that have been talked about. And it seems to be something that, if you talk to Chinese people here, really is not liked at all, but it's something that's always been there, so people have got used to it. But it makes life difficult for particularly the poorer people. If you've got the money to buy your way around it, it's not going to be a problem. So, of course, announcing any improvements to the hukou system is always popular, although exactly what those improvements are hasn't been specified.
That's right.